Hey kids, it's Pastor Austin here with this week's Big Truth. Happy New Year to you guys. So we are back with a brand new year, 2021, and a brand new series. Our new series that begins this week and goes for the next 9 weeks is redemption. Can you guys say that word out loud at home? Redemption, that's exactly right. So what does redemption mean? Well, redemption is a great word, and what it means is that God, from the very beginning, provided a way for us to be redeemed, for us to be bought back, for us to be right again in a right relationship with God Himself. And so we talked about in our series of the fall, before Advent, we talked about that because of the fall, because of our sin, our relationship with God is broken. But the good news of redemption is that God made a way for us to be made right with Him, and it's through Jesus. And so hold on, this is going to be an awesome series for you guys. We are so excited that you are joining us here on video, and we're going to have our first big truth for this week. Are you ready? All right, our big truth, our first big truth in this series is God is Redeemer. God is Redeemer. So where is that big truth found? It's found in Ephesians chapter 1, verse 7. Ephesians 1, verse 7 says this: "In Him we have redemption through His blood." You guys hear the big truth there? We have redemption through His blood, the forgiveness of our trespasses, according to the riches of His grace. Let me read that again. Ephesians 1:7 says this: "In Him we have redemption through His blood, the forgiveness of our trespasses, according to the riches of His grace." Now listen, there's a lot that's there in that one small verse. First of all, we have to know that God offers us redemption, but it's only something that God can do. We cannot save ourselves. We cannot redeem ourselves. We also see the way that God redeems us, and it's through the blood of Jesus. Through the blood of Jesus, we can be bought back in right relationship with God, but that is only made possible through Jesus Christ by the very grace of God. So that's our big truth for this week. God is Redeemer. Our Bible verse for this week, Ephesians 1:7, and our Bible story for this week is the whole book of Ruth, okay? So I'm going to challenge you guys, read through the whole book of Ruth this week. It's pretty short. It sounds like a whole book, sounds like a lot, but it's actually pretty short. And I want you to think about, as you guys are reading that, maybe you even do that as a family, as you're reading through the book of Ruth this week, don't think about Ruth as a love story, because what it really truly is, it's a redemption story. And we see how Ruth was redeemed by Boaz, and it's a picture, it's an illustration, and it's an example of how we are redeemed. We are bought back by God. God is Redeemer. Boys and girls, that is some great news for you and for me, that I don't have to try to fix my broken relationship with God. I can't. But there is good news in redemption, and that is God is Redeemer. That God made a way for us to be in right relationship with Him, and it's through Jesus Christ. So read through Ruth chapters 1 through 4, the whole book of Ruth this week, and let it be a reminder of us of God's redemption story. Last thing, a family challenge for this week, first week of 2021. All right, family challenge this week is that you need to find a jar in your house. So maybe it looks like this, maybe not quite so big as this, and then find some other objects to go in the jar. So that can be like beans or marbles, or I don't know if you guys are like me, but I've got Legos at my house. So what I want you to do, this is probably for families, for parents, or grandparents, or caregivers, anybody that can do this, is that I want you to take some objects and put them in the jar. And this week, what your boys and girls can do is that randomly throughout the week, they can take one piece out of the jar and have a special treat. So they can take one marble or one pebble or one Lego out of the jar, and they can have a special treat. And then here's the whole deal, is that it has to be at a time where they don't deserve a treat. And so that shows us that God is Redeemer, and that is not something that we deserve. It is by His grace, just like our Bible verse says this week. So do that family challenge, get your redemption jar, get some Legos or some marbles, and have fun with that this week. And hey, we hope you guys have a great first week of 2021 as we dive into our series of redemption, and we will see you next week.